And now part two of my talk with Mohammed Qahtani, 2015 World Champion of Public Speaking. Enjoy. And as for that 2015 winning speech, The Power of Words, that obviously is a speech that many people know you for. Let me ask you this, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Do you actually think that that's your best Toastmaster speech? Meaning, was your performance in Las Vegas your best Toastmaster performance?
I'll take you back again, and I'm sorry for taking you back again, but
No problem.
2014, when I started to do the international speech for the first time, I wrote a speech that I thought was my masterpiece.
Mhm.
I thought this is the best thing that I've ever wrote, ever. And I thought to myself, my God, I'm like, this is my ticket all the way to the World Championship, and this is what will get me there. And I couldn't wait for the contest season to start so I can, use it. So start the contest season. I won the club in the area, and on the division level, I came in second place. And I was crushed, not because I didn't. I mean, it's not because I lost, because I'm not really after the trophy anymore. But I was crushed because, to me, that was my best work. And if my best work is still not good enough, then what the hell am I doing? Am I wasting my time? Maybe I shouldn't even be in Toastmasters anymore. But then a fellow Toastmaster, his name is Nash Abdul Khalik, gave me an advice. He just walked up to me and he saw me and I was a bit sad, and he said, "What's wrong?" And I told him, this is my best work, and even my best work is still not good enough. He said, "Look, once you believe that you hit your best, that's when you stop trying. That's when you stop living. Always tell yourself your best is yet to come.
Well said.
No matter how good of a job you do, always tell yourself, I can do much better than that." Because that will keep you actually learning and trying more and more. So when it comes to the power of words, yes, it's a speech that I love the most. And by the way, after winning the title, I took an oath that I would never give that speech ever again, and I still haven't given that speech ever again in any platform, because I don't want to be a person who clinged to the past. That speech is done. I love it. Let's just put it aside and let's work on something else. So I always want to say my best is yet to come. I don't know when, but hopefully so.
Well said. Well said. You're one of the few people on the planet Earth that could actually say that they're a Toastmasters World Champion and has given a TEDx talk, at least two that I'm aware of. Let me ask you this.
5, actually.
Oh, I stand 5. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks often, say, "Oh, I want to give a TED talk someday, and I want to be world champion." You've actually done both.
Yeah.
Which do you think is more challenging, the preparation process for the Toastmasters competitions or preparing for a TEDx speech?
I would say the preparation for a TEDx speech is more, because when you prepare for the contest, as I said, you only want to please the Toastmaster audience. You see, when we speak in Toastmasters, we only focus on, stage presence, movements, using the stage, alterating your tone, and all of that. And if you notice on the evaluation sheet for a speech contest, there is nothing on the message itself. Yes, the topic has to be unique, but is the message itself, is it something that people wants to hear? So when people do the competition in the Toastmasters, they only focus on pleasing the judges in these criteria. When it comes to a TEDx talk, if you watch a lot of talks on the TEDx, you notice that those people, they have a lot of ahs. They're not really using the stage much, and sometimes they have, a monotone, but they have a topic or a message that people wants to listen to. And I feel kind of sad that this is a bit missing when it comes to us in the Toastmasters. We care so much to please the judges that we don't care about, did my audience get something from my speech or not? We tend to perfect the speech on a technical way, but we forget, the soul and the passion behind it. I want you all, everybody who think about doing the competition, please don't do it just because you want to get ahead. You will, but please do this. Do it with the sole intention that you want and you hope that your speech someday might change someone's life. That
So,
is a lot more fulfilling.
well said, Mohammed. A couple more questions for you. This has been, I'm learning so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't, like myself, growing up, you had some challenges speaking.
Yeah.
I too used to stutter a lot when I was a boy. Still do, actually. And
I still do too.
yes, yes. And the thing is, like, when you stutter, it's really important, maybe even more so for non-stutterers, to stay calm and relaxed before taking the stage. Because if you're nervous, all of a
Yes.
sudden you're stuttering through the whole speech. What do you do to stay calm and relaxed before taking the stage?
Well, people who gets nervous when they speak, the only reason they get nervous is because they think that, oh my God, I'm gonna make a mistake, or I'm gonna screw up, or I'm gonna just, my speech is gonna fly out of my head. And the rule of attraction says whatever you believe will happen, or whatever you actually just think about will actually happen. So, like what I do is I do the opposite. Every time I go to the stage, I say to myself, you know what, you're gonna rock the stage. Not trying to be an egotistic or,
Mhm.
but I try to convince myself, you're gonna do great. You know the topic. You want the audience to learn something. And that always calms me down. I always try as much as possible to start my speech with a humor, because once the audience laugh with you, that relaxes you. And if you get through the first 10 seconds of your speech, the rest will actually flow. So always build yourself up before you go on stage. Don't tell yourself, oh my God, I'm nervous. No, tell yourself, I'm going to do an amazing job. I'm going to do great. I'm going to rock the stage. And trust me, it will happen.
Excellent advice. Well said. Last question for you tonight, Mohammed. 5 years in as being the world champion, 5 years removed from 2015, what's changed for you? I'm sure every day is not great. What have been some good points, maybe some not so good points about carrying the title of a world champion?
Well, on the positive note is it's been a really huge learning opportunity for me. Up until I won, I only spoke in Toastmasters. I only did 5-minute speeches. I've never done any workshops. I've never done any keynotes. I've never done any training. But then after I won, people now expect you to give workshop that lasts for 2-3 hours, or give a keynote that lasts for like 1 hour. Now I can keep an audience entertained for like a 5-minute speech, but to keep an audience entertained for an hour, that's a whole new challenge.
Yes.
And this has been a really great learning opportunity for me. It's like I learned how to speak all over again. It's no longer the 5 minutes. It's now half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. And I always, when I speak, I always look at my audience and see, is anybody using their phone? Is anybody, just getting bored? And thankfully, it's been going great so far. So yes, this has been a really great learning opportunity for me. I write a lot now. I read a lot, just so I can write new speeches, because I don't want to be the person who just have one training, or one just keynote and he just gives it everywhere he goes. I want to have always new material. So this is the good side of it. It's been a really great learning opportunity. The other thing that's really good about it is, as a world champion, you're not allowed to compete anymore.
Mhm.
So once the competition is out of the window, ever since I won, I've been focusing on the leadership side of the Toastmasters. I've been I've been a division director, and just a few months ago I become a DTM. So I finished
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So yeah, I took the time to focus on the leadership part of me, and this has been even more growing experience, because please, if you join Toastmasters just to speak, you're just getting only the tip of the iceberg. Involve yourself in leadership roles. Be an area director, division director, because honestly, for me, this has been the greatest learning experience for me as a person. It helped me a lot even at my work. Like, one of the things that I used to struggle with at work is I'm the kind of person who cannot trust people. I have to do the job myself. But once I became like a division director, I learned to just give tasks to my air to I'm like into my like air directors, and they do the job, and I just watch. So it helped me to kind of start to like trust people when I'm not when it comes to work. So please invest yourself in the leadership roles of Toastmasters. Now, on the negative side of like winning is uh, um, you're not free anymore in terms of your life is under the microscope.
Mm.
Like I used to write posts on Facebook and Twitter. I mean, like as jokes or whatever. Now I have to be extremely careful about anything that I say.
Mm.
I have to be extremely careful about anything that I do.
Yes.
See, I'm a person with a lot of flaws. I'm a person with a lot of mistakes. I'm just a regular guy. But now people look up to me. I don't know why, but they do. And when people look up to you, even though you know you're not perfect, even though you know you have your problems, you still have to give them something to look up to. So you fix yourself and you fix your problem just so people can see something in you. And that takes a lot of work because it's like walking in a minefield. I'm like, you try not to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing because somebody might see it and then their image of you is kind of shattered.
Mm.
So I'm not being myself like anymore. I have to be like really careful about like what I do and what I say.
Mohammed, thank you so much for your time. C.J.MARKS here with the 2015 World Champion in Public Speaking, Mohammed Qahtani. When things calm down in the world, we're looking to get you out here to Japan. So hopefully we'll be able to see you sometime soon. Before we go, any last words or anything you want to say to the audience?
I always give this advice to people at work or people in Toastmasters. I want you, like, okay, all of you guys who are watching, ask yourself this question: why did you join this organization? Why did you become a Toastmaster? You know, they did a study and they found out that the average like membership length of a Toastmaster is 3 years. A lot of people after 3 years, they think, you know what, I got the most out of it, and they leave. So why are you here? Why are you still here? I always give this advice to people. I say, whatever you do it as long as it's fun. When it stops being fun, stop to do it. But before, ask yourself, where did the fun go? Thank you.
Thank you. 2015 World Champion Public Speaking, Mohammed Qahtani. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Mohammed's a real great guy. It was an honor and a pleasure to be able to sit down and chat with him. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the page. I really appreciate it. Wherever you are, whatever it is you may be doing, please look after yourself as best you can. Travel safely. I'll catch you next time. I'm C.J.MARKS, and it's been fun.